Hello and welcome to Benz Addiction. If you have any Mercedes-Benz with electric headrest adjustment and one or both of them are non-functional, please keep watching this video. I'm going to show you a few things that might help you in finding malfunction on these. So stay tuned. So in a normal condition, when you push this seat forward on any C-Class, E-Class, S-Class, any coupe car actually, the headrest should come down in order to allow the seat to go forward. And it's happening right here. But unfortunately, this might not work on your other seat. So today we're going to find out what can be wrong. First thing you want to do is make sure that your key is in the ignition, which I do have that now in ignition. And you need to open the left-hand side door, for example, if your left-hand side headrest is not functioning properly, and try doing this. So definitely I can hear the relay kicking. Also, you need to make sure that the other adjustments are working and functional, like pushing the seat forward. As you can see, this is working. Backward, it's working. And then the other functions are working as well, like reclining the seats. So the only thing that is not working is the headrest. So I'm pretty sure we now have power to the seat. The problem is when you look at the seat adjustment fuses, you will see that 221.29 and 122.34 are responsible for seat adjustments. In my case, because this is a passenger seat and it's a CLK class, 1, 22, and 34. So that's the first thing I'm going to check. 1, 22, and 34. And we know that number 1 is inside the trunk. 22 is inside the car beside the dashboard. Also 34 is beside the dashboard. Okay, so I'm using a test light and let's check number 1 fuse, and I can see that I already have 12 volts here. What about the other side? Yes, 12 volts. So number 1 fuse is not faulty. Okay, number 22 is that one. So we got voltage on both sides. That's the 30 amp. Yes, we do. And finally 34 is the opposite side, and the third one, which in this case is not even available. So that makes us to go ahead with the next step, which is not even fuse. And as you can see, when we use this button over here, it works, and on the other side it only clicks. So when we use this button up and down and we hear a click from under the seat, which there is the seat module there, like this case, you can hear the click, the relay from the under the seat area. There is a great chance that we have a mechanical issue over here. So let's remove 2 screws from underneath the seat and remove this cover and have a look at what's going on. So there is another test here. If you slowly move your seat forward like that, when you reach here, you should hear a click, and that click means the sensor is working properly, but the motor or the mechanism over here is not responding. So there is a great chance that something, the plastic over here, which has some teeth on it, is probably messed up and broken. So let's take off this cover, which has 2 screws over here. I think it's T20. Let's take them out and remove this cover and find out what's going on. Okay, and then what we need to do is just remove this cover. Let me show you how it looks like behind the cover. So you need to pull down on this cover over here, because there are these 2 brackets that you might damage if you move it, shake it, jerk it outside. So just push it down and it comes out straight away. Okay, here is what we have behind the seat. This mechanism over here, this plastic, white plastic over here, it's very prone to break. I can't say anything can go wrong with the motor, but that is probable too. So let's go ahead and test the motor and the mechanism at the same time and see what is wrong with them. Okay, now if you look underneath the seat from the rear seat area, you will see some connectors over here. The orange or yellow connector over here is related to the headrest. So let's pull that out. Okay, here is the connector, and it needs a little wiggling to come out. I can't see really some tabs over here, but there are 6 connectors over here. What we need is brown, red, black, and white, of course, because we can see these are gone to the motor over here. So let's bring a small battery and test these. I've got a small battery over here with 2 leads on it, and it cannot damage anything or damage you or make a dangerous contact. So let's try this out. Okay, so what wires are related to this motor over here? I can tell you exactly. You need black and white to move this up and down, and you only need to switch around the polarity. So white and black, if you connect it up, you will be able to use a small battery or a bigger battery to do this, to make this happen. So as you can see, I'm just applying power with a slightly bigger battery, and actually the mechanism is working. So you just need to change the polarity on these ones, switch over to negative and positive, and white and black is what goes to the motor, this plastic black motor over here. So in this case, my mechanism is not faulty, the motor is not faulty, the wiring is not faulty, there should be some other issue. So the headrest is now functional. The problem was that the headrest was raised higher than what it should somehow, and it was stuck. So as soon as I applied the 12-volt battery power directly, I lowered it, and then few times we checked it, and it actually now working perfectly. So one solution is to make sure you set the height of the headrest not to the maximum level of height. So because that might cause an issue and cause your mechanism to get stuck. So now I have set the memory to a lower height, and it's not gonna cause any issue anymore. And let's check this out now. So I'm using this button over here, and it actually working perfectly. So if you have any issue like that, first of all, the first problem might be the broken bracket over here. These are very prone to break, as well as these plastics from here. So that's one issue. The fuses are another issue, and then go ahead and check your wiring harness. And in this case, as you noticed, I showed you the orange connector is what the orange connector belongs to the height adjustment of the headrest. So now it's working perfectly. Let's try it and move it forward. And as you can see, it's going down pretty smoothly and working perfectly. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching, liking, subscribing. Have a great day. Bye.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.